Yeah, I think I could do this. Hello, absolutely nobody, and today we're going to be reviewing a game near and dear to my heart. Today we're going to be reviewing For Honor. What is For Honor, you might be asking? Well, it's a medieval fighting game where you fight either three factions: Knights, Samurai, or Vikings. Now, I'll explain to you in a second, but first we're gonna give you some good old-fashioned gameplay. Roll the clip.
Hello, post-credit NATY here. If you want to hear this song in better quality, link in the description.
Okay, so as mentioned, there are three factions. Per each faction, there are 6 heroes. For the Knights faction, or Legion, in-game lore calls it, Peacekeeper, Warden, Lawbringer, Conqueror, Centurion, and Gladiator. For the Samurai, or the Chosen in-game lore name they give it, Orochi, Kensei, Shigoki, Nobushi, Shinobi, and Aramusha. That's the 2 sword-wielding guy. The Warborn, or the Viking class, they have Berserker, Raider, Warlord, a Valkyrie, Highlander, and Shaman. They're adding another faction that has 5 characters, I do believe. Just 4. No, just 4. That is the Wulin class. It's called, they have the Tandi, Nuxia, I don't even want to pronounce that third one, and they have the Shaolin. Okay, so, for game modes, there are like 5 game modes, I do believe. There is the 4v4 stuff, and then the normal duels and stuff, so I'll start with the 4v4 modes first. First 4v4 mode is Dominion, which has 4 people fighting each other. Respawns are allowed, gear score is allowed. You have feats, which are basically, you get feats for doing objectives, and in Dominion, there are 2 objectives besides just killing enemy heroes. There are killing enemy soldiers, which soldiers are basically NPCs that fight each other, and then there is also capturing points. You can boost the points to make the progress go faster, and basically when you complete one of these objectives, you will get a specific amount of XP. or renown as the game calls it. And for level up one of your things, you get a feat that you can use during battle, or it is a passive buff, like Shigoki, the big fat samurai class with the big stick. One of his feats is passive, and it makes him throw enemies farther when he hits them with his big stick after his guard break. Or Lawbringer, he has a feat that's passive that allows him to capture points faster in Dominion. It's really useful, actually. But there are also the non-passive ones, the ones that you can activate by pressing one of the 4 directional buttons. Those are the types of things that could be like drain the enemy you're locked on stamina, buff your damage resistance while making your health a bit lower. For the 4v4 matches, once you have gotten enough points, when you capture a point, you will get a specific amount of score up on the top left, I do believe. And it'll have 2 bars, the orange and the blue. And whoever gets past 1,000 points first, the enemy team will no longer be able to respond. So if the blue gets to 1,000 points first, the orange team will not be able to respond, and they have to just revive each other and then get up to 1,000 points themselves by capturing other points. Now we're just gonna move on to the other 4v4 modes. The other 4v4 modes that are included are Deathmatch and Tribute. Deathmatch is 4v4, no points and no enemy NPCs, but you do have feats, so the only way to get feats is by killing other heroes. No respawns, but you can revive your teammates unless they get executed. And there's Tribute. I do believe, yeah, respawns are allowed. You can revive. I don't think you have your feats, though. I bet you do, though. And Tribute is like capture the flag, but with 3 flags, and each flag equates to a buff. Like, one would be for speed, one would be for attack, one would be for shields. And then once you capture that, everyone on your team would get a temporary buff. While you're carrying that flag, you get a temporary buff in that field. And then whoever captures the most by the end of the game, or captures a certain amount of points before the game ends, wins. So it's basically capture the flag, you know. Are the regular modes, then they're transition. I really suck at segues today. Next is the 2v2 brawl. No feats, no respawns, but you can revive. And unlike the 4v4, you can't have more than one specific character. Like, if you chose Warden, your teammate would not be able to choose him. They'd have to choose a different class. Oh, also, one thing that I forgot to mention. If you choose a specific side to allegiance with, like Samurai, Vikings, or Knights, you can play as Samurai characters if you're with the Knight faction. And if you do that, you are a heretic in my eyes. Next... Swear to God, I just heard someone knock on my door. Next is the 1v1, which is basically 2v2, except just with 2 people, 1 person v1, you know. And I do believe that is all the game modes. Now, okay, I'm sorry for the perspective change. My camera died, so I guess this is the end of the video. See ya.